Hello my dear friends and welcome to StudyIQ. I'm Joycey Joy and today in this lecture we will discuss about the challenges in achieving the targets under GST or the Goods and Services Tax. First of all, let us understand what is the current affair. So according to various reports, GST or the Goods and Services Tax implementation is not able to achieve the targets, and various reports suggest that there should be rate reforms in order to help increase the collections under GST and to achieve the budgeted target. So we will analyze this in detail. But before going on to the details of it or the challenges, let us first understand what is rate reforms and also what are the targets under GST. So what is meant by a rate reform? Here rate means the rate of taxes under GST. So under the Goods and Services Tax, we will see there are various tax slabs like 15% for certain goods, 25% for certain goods, 18% for certain goods. So there are various tax rates for various kinds of goods and services. But various reports suggest that there should be a rate revision or rate reforms. That is, there should be an increase in some of the rates under GST in order to increase the collection under GST. And what is the reason? At present, the Goods and Services Tax is unable to meet up the targets of collection, and also the achievement of budgeted targets has become very difficult. So under Goods and Services Tax, the government would have budgeted or estimated certain amount of collection. So this collection has not been made or this target is not achieved through the present collection under the GST. So a rate reform is required. That is the suggestion. So we will analyze whether this rate reform is required or not. Now let us analyze the performance of GST in the present financial year or the fiscal year. So in the 2018-19 financial year, the estimated budget or the GST collection target was 13.48 lakh crore. That means if we divide this by 12 months, we will get an amount of 1.12 lakh crore every month. So the GST collection estimate or target was 13.48 lakh crore and divided by 12 will give us 1.12 lakh crore every month. So in this financial year, in the first 8 months, the data that is available to us, it means that in the first 8 months of financial year 2018-14, the collection is only 58% of the target. The government has collected only 7.76 lakh crore from GST, and this is 58% of the annual target of the government. So if the annual target has to be met, that means 42% more has to be achieved, and remaining is only 4 months. So in this coming 4 months, government will have to achieve the rest 42% target of the annual GST collection. So if this has to happen, the monthly collection should be at least 1.43 lakh crore. So this means that there should be at least a 47% increase in the monthly collections under GST. So we have seen the annual target set was 13.48 divided by 12 will give us 1.12. But if we have to achieve this annual target, and according to the present status of GST collection, it should be increased to 1.43. So from 1.12 to 1.43, GST collection must increase monthly. So this is 47% increase, and this seems to be a very difficult task. Now let us analyze what are the reasons for this under collection under the GST regime. There are many reasons. First reason is that the compliance level has not seen a significant improvement, and also the experience of many taxpayers are not satisfactory. And secondly, the number of registered taxpayers is high at 11 million, but the earlier pace of increase in the number of returns filed by the taxpayers has not maintained. That means the pace of increase in the number of returns that are filed is not improving. At the end of September 2018, the number of returns were 6.7 million. And one reason for this lack of returns filed or decrease in the number of returns filed could be that there is a lack of ease in the filing of returns by the taxpayers. And therefore, if the compliance rate does not improve further, the tax collections in the coming months would be adversely affected. And third reason is the rate cuts. The GST Council, that is the decision making body under the Goods and Services Tax. The GST Council in its earlier meetings, especially the recent meetings, they have reduced the duties on many items from 28% to 18%. So, in the recent meetings of GST Council, we will see that the rates were cut down from 28 to 18 for many commodities. So, when there is a reduction in the tax rate, it means that the revenue of the government decreases because there will be lesser revenue collected in the form of tax cuts. So these rate cuts also have contributed towards lower collections in the GST revenues in the subsequent months after the rate cut. So we can say that under collection under Goods and Services Tax are mainly due to three reasons. One is lack of compliance. Second one is decrease in the number of returns filed. And the third reason is the rate cut. So all these together has culminated to a decrease in the revenue collection for the government under the GST or Goods and Services Tax. And this have led to the inability of Goods and Services Tax to achieve the annual target that was set by the government. Now what is the way ahead? It is estimated that the GST revenues will pick up in the coming months because we have seen there has been a rate cut. That means the taxes on commodities have come down. So what will happen when there is a rate cut? The prices will come down. What is the reason? When the taxes reduce, the final price of the commodity will come down. And according to the law of demand, when the price decreases, the aggregate demand in the economy increases. So there is a chance that the demand, the consumption expenditure will increase in the economy because the prices will come down with a rate cut or reduction in the taxes. So if the rate cuts have contributed towards increasing the demand in the economy, that is if the consumption expenditure in the economy increases, the GST collection will also improve. It has other implications as well. The GDP also will improve because there is higher demand in the economy. So higher demand means there will be more production in the economy in order to meet the increased demand. So this increased production will increase the GDP of the economy. So there are other economic impacts as well. So it is estimated that this will increase the demand and therefore the GST collection will increase and also the GDP will increase. Now secondly, GST Council has to attempt in reducing the number of tax slabs. This means that there should be a reduction in the number of goods and services from 28% to 18% with those to increase the rates of a host of other items placed at lower slabs. So this will help the GST Council to gradually reduce the number of tax slabs to 2 or 3 categories. So a reduction in the number of tax slabs is also important. So such kind of reforms, if considered in the GST Council, will help in bringing in GST reforms and also this will help in addressing the issue of collection shortfall. You can find the PDF of this lecture on my Facebook page, and for any queries related to your UPSC preparations, you can get in touch with me on my Facebook page or you can email me at joyce.studyiq@gmail.com. Thank you. I wish you all a very good day.